Remember when I took on that shower refinishing challenge where I painted my 1970s blue fiberglass shower stall? Well, it's been almost 7 years now, and I know you're dying to see if this was a DIY win or a DIY fail. I still get questions all the time from people who want to know, what does it look like now? I'm teaming up again with Bathworks, who is sponsoring this video, and I'm going to share with you 3 things today in this video. First, we're going to recap the main steps that I took to complete this project and what it looks like today. Second, I'm going to share with you some exciting new products from Bathworks that just hit the market that I think is going to make your bathroom refinishing even easier. And third, I have an exciting announcement that you have to stick around until the end of this video, especially if you live in the Maryland, DC, Virginia area, and you have a colorful tub that you've been wanting to refinish, and you've been wanting to meet me in person. So let's jump right into this. Okay, remember, this is what my shower looked like before starting this project. When I was done, it looked great, but the true test was whether it was gonna hold up and for how long.
Guess what? I'm done.
Well, I'm happy to tell you it's been almost 7 years since I refinished my shower. It still hasn't peeled or chipped. Sometimes I wonder, how many more years am I going to have before I need to touch it up? Because eventually I will need to do it again. But right now we are on year 6, going into year 7, and I bet you weren't expecting that, right? So now that you know it still looks good, let's jump into a quick recap on how I was able to get these results and to have it last for as long as it did. So my home was built 1973 and all the bathrooms had not been updated. So in 2017, I decided to do a master bathroom makeover. I got some new flooring, I added beadboard, the walls were painted this beautiful pink, I love pink, and oh my God, I built my own bathroom vanity, which I'd never done before. But the last eyesore in this bathroom, my fiberglass shower stall. It was this 3x3 powder blue fiberglass shower stall. In fact, someone in the comments said it looks like a porta potty. And now I can't unsee it. I couldn't afford to do a complete replacement, even with another fiberglass shower stall. And I definitely couldn't afford to upgrade it to this swanky bathroom with like new tile and modern glass doors, which I was quoted about $6,000 to complete 6 years ago. Today, I would probably be quoted twice that amount. My budget just wouldn't allow for it, and it still doesn't allow for it. Ironically, Bathworks reached out to me, offering to send me a couple of their premium tub and shower refinishing kits. So in the video I posted in 2017, you'll notice how much project anxiety I had before starting the shower refinishing. I'm painting my shower today, and I'm scared. I'm really scared. So I wanted to briefly walk through the steps that I took to refinish my shower and how I refinished this other powder blue tub, which I'll link to both of those projects in the description. For simplicity, I'm just going to condense some of these steps, but be sure to watch the original videos on how to properly refinish your tub or shower using those links below. The first step of tackling this project was making sure that I had good ventilation. You know, some of you asked, how bad does this smell? And honestly, it's pretty strong. In my opinion, I recommend wearing a respirator mask. You are going to want to make sure that you've got a fan and an open window, if possible. And many of you wanted to know, how long does the smell last for? So for me, it lasted about 2 days. And by the time I was ready to use the shower, which was as little as 24 hours, but I waited for at least 48 hours, the smell was totally gone. Step 2, you have to clean your tub or shower. You have to clean like you've never cleaned before. You even have to remove the old caulking too. Look, this is a professional grade product and it's designed for homeowners like you and me to inexpensively transform our tub, our shower, our tile. But if you do the right preparation like I did, you're likely gonna get great results that last. So if you see someone on YouTube and they're like, this product can't possibly work, I can guarantee that they didn't properly prepare. Your tub or shower has to be spotless with no soap scum, that could prevent adhesion. No water. So this step is the most important. You have to clean it until it's squeaky clean. You have to. All right, so the shower is scrubbed down. I've got as much cleaner on there as possible. And I think it's so clean right now, I could probably eat off of it. Although I'd never do that. Step 3, once the tub or shower was clean, there were a few more steps that I had to do, including using the etching cleaner as well as sandpaper to wet sand to further roughen up the surface. Now, some of you asked if you can use an orbital sander to rough up the surface, and you can. Just be careful that you're not too overly aggressive and that you're using a fine 120 grit sandpaper. You don't want to completely remove the surface of the shower or tub. Just rough it up for better adhesion. There cannot be one drop of water left on this surface. I had to use a blow dryer to make sure that everything was bone dry, especially around the drain, because any water or moisture that's left on the surface of your shower or tub, it could cause future problems. And I also had to make sure that there was no water dripping from the faucet or shower heads. So you don't want any water at all dripping onto that surface. Step 4, after everything's been cleaned, scraped, etched, sanded, and blow dried. Yes, you have to do all those steps. You'll need to wipe it again with a tack cloth. That's included in the kit. And you want to make sure that you're removing any little bit of debris that might be left on the surface. This is the step that several people had questions about because now you have to use the primer. I had used a paper towel to wipe my shower with the liquid primer in the kit, but the fact that it can leave lint particles, some people were concerned about that. And you asked, could you use a microfiber cloth instead? Definitely. In fact, I love using microfiber towels for a lot of lint-free applications around the house. In fact, I have like a whole stack of them in my closet. These are perfect for using with the liquid primer too. Now, you only get 1 ounce of the liquid primer, so you want to make sure that you're not letting it soak through the microfiber cloth. But just be mindful that you don't soak up too much of the primer in the paper towels or the microfiber towels. Okay, step 5. Many of you asked how much product I actually used. This shower stall, as I mentioned, is only 3 feet by 3 feet, but it did require 2 kits. Now, I didn't use the entire second kit, but 1 kit was definitely not enough. So it's always best to order more and not use all of it than to order less and then not be able to finish the job. I mixed part B into part A, stirring it up. So I wanted to point out how I was applying the paint too. Some of you had mentioned in the comments section that professionals would never refinish a tub or shower with a roller. Some of you just couldn't believe it. And you wanted to know if there were overlapping marks. Well, there were some overlapping marks, yes, but you couldn't even really see them. And it didn't distract from the overall great results that I got. But the most successful things that I did to get great coverage with the least overlapping marks were, number 1, rolling both vertically and horizontally for an even finish, and it gave it a cleaner overall look. Number 2, applying light pressure, because if you press down on that roller, you're gonna get more overlapping marks, and you don't want that. And number 3, keeping the roller wet with the right amount of paint and not dry rolling. And I can probably add that I did do a second coat as soon as the first coat was applied. There are 2 versions of the Bathworks kit. Now, one has a non-slip additive, and one does not have it. So we're right at the tail end of the first coat. So the kit comes with this non-skid additive. I'm gonna add about 1 ounce of paint to this, shake it up, stir it up, and then I'm gonna pour it here. This is gonna help to make sure that it's not slippery when there's soap and stuff. And then I'll go over this with another coat. Now, if you look closely, you can see the texture of the non-slip area. Nearly 7 years later, this area has held up pretty well, and that it's not the least bit slippery, it's not chipping, it's not peeling. But what I noticed, however, is that because of this rough texture, it can easily get dirty because of the dirt sticking to that rough surface. Now let's talk about cleaning my refinish shower. The most important advice that I can give you to maintain a great finish like this is to clean it often. And this means at least weekly. And you want to use a non-abrasive cleaner. Scrubbing bubbles is perfect. If you get any stubborn stains, someone asked if you can use bleach. You can use bleach every once in a while. However, if you're repeatedly using bleach or just frequently cleaning with bleach, it will cause the surface to yellow. And that just naturally happens with any surface that you're cleaning with bleach. And you don't want to use magic erasers either. You just want to stick with the scrubbing bubbles, and that should be fine. And of course, a microfiber cleaning towel. Now, most of you love this project and thought it was helpful to know that you could change your worn, ugly, colorful tub without having to spend a lot of money to pay a professional to do it or to replace it. Well, I did my research. I got an online quote for how much it would cost to refinish a shower like this that was, 3x3 by a professional. And then I also looked up the cost to replace the shower stall with a similar fiberglass shower stall. But if I can grab a couple of Bathworks kits in store at Lowe's or go online, you can get it almost anywhere online for $200 or less. If I could spend less than 1 day refinishing it myself and knowing that it's gonna last as long as a professional job would, and I wouldn't have to spend thousands of dollars, to me, that seemed like the best choice. For me, it was. And I think that could be a good choice for you as well. So just keep that in mind. This can be done by you and you don't have to get a professional. And you may not be able to afford a complete replacement. I could not. And think about the fact that you may not want to spend the money for a replacement, especially if this is, let's say, a rental property, or you're trying to sell your home and you don't want to put a lot of money into it. You can just do this and it's going to last, it's going to make a lot of sense financially, and you're going to be able to save money. You're not going to have to spend extra money. So what about the people who commented that rolling on this product isn't how the professionals apply it, that they would spray it on for a completely flawless finish? Well, guess what? Bathworks just released this exact same finishing kit in a spray form. So the one that you saw me using is now available in a spray form. It's the same professional product, but this new application is in a can that allows you to spray it. It's easier to apply, similar to how the professionals would apply it. So for anyone worried about lap marks that might be caused by a roller, as we talked about, you can use this on your tub, your shower, your tile, even your sink. If you have a pink or avocado cream sink, you can use this spray product on your sink. And as I mentioned, the only difference is that this is a spray refinishing kit, and I use the premium refinishing kit that rolled on. Now, here's the really cool part. In an upcoming video, you're gonna get to see this spray product in action because I am looking for one thrift diving viewer or reader who lives in the Maryland, DC, Virginia area with a colorful tub. It can be hideous too, who has always wanted to transform their tub to white. I'm gonna come to your house with a camera guy, and together, you and me, we're gonna transform your tub as part of a small weekend bathroom makeover. That's right, I'm gonna come to your house. And I like to think of it as like an HGTV style thrift diving makeover. So is that person you? If so, be sure to find my contact information down below. I am so excited for this project. I cannot wait to team up with you. This is gonna be so much fun. So in the meantime, I want to know from you, what other questions, comments, or concerns do you have about refinishing your tub or shower? Leave them down below, and I'm going to be sure to answer all of them in an upcoming Q&A that's coming very soon. And again, if you want to team up with me to transform your bathroom, to paint your shower, your tub, actually, no, we're looking for tubs, colorful tub or a hideous tub. Be sure to find my information down below. And for more help with refinishing your tubs, tile, sinks, and floor, and more, be sure to follow Bathworks on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. All right, I will see you next video.